Once again, I'm back in Studio B. I go from the salt marshes and the intercoastal waterway of Savannah back to the purifying waters of Lake Minnetonka, as Prince would say. I wanted to talk about something that I've already discussed here on TikTok, but I think it's worth mentioning. Some thoughts, anyway. I wanted to talk about this big event that Donald Trump had planned for Monday. Oh, it was going to be a big deal, a big press conference. He was going to reveal all the evidence that showed that Georgia and Democrats tried to steal the election from him in the state of Georgia. Oh, and it would totally exonerate him from any of the indictments and charges in Georgia. Well, that sounds interesting. When I first heard that, I said one of two things are going to happen. He's either going to hold the press conference, implicate himself further, and embarrass himself, his legal team, and the entire Republican Party, or he's going to cancel it. Well, it turns out he canceled it at the advice of his lawyers. And why? Well, something we all know. Everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law, and let's be honest, Donald Trump's going to spend some time in the court of law. But the intriguing thing here is that he took his lawyer's advice. He seems to never take his lawyer's advice. He just does what he wants to do, puts himself in a worse situation. However, there was one other time where he took his lawyer's advice. You remember? It was back when he was president and he was trying to overthrow the country. You remember that. He wanted to kick out interim AG Rosen and install Jeffrey Clark, a guy that was an architect for overthrowing the government. Well, he was going to make him attorney general, and the lawyer said the same thing. That's not a good idea. Don't do that. Donald Trump wouldn't stop at that until the lawyer said, look, motherfucker, if you install Jeffrey Clark as AG, we're all fucking quitting. So you got to wonder, when it comes to doing this press conference, if his lawyers didn't do the same thing. I mean, that seems to be the only way Donald Trump's attention is caught, and that he takes the advice of lawyers. And let's be honest, in a current situation where you have 4 indictments, almost 100 felony charges against you, this wouldn't be a good time to have all your lawyers quit on you. Donald Trump's finding himself in a corner. He wants to do all the things he used to do to get himself out of trouble or bully his way through, and unfortunately, none of that shit's working. Donald Trump doesn't like taking his lawyer's advice, but he's going to have no choice in the future because things are tightening up around Donald Trump. He fucks up one little bit, it's just going to get worse. And frankly, it's already fucking really bad, so I don't know why it matters. But Donald Trump will not have his press conference Monday, but that's not to say he won't keep yakking, because he will.